Here's where we want to start our morning with this beautiful gift of an hour of yoga, is to load the spine by lifting from the crown of the head, really lifting up, maybe even exaggerating for a moment, pulling everything in, shoulders melting down. Let's open our hands this morning. Let's just be receivers. Thank you. It's a different energy in the room when we do that. Crazy as it may sound, but it's true. Receiver's energy, hands up. Take a deep breath with your eyes closed. Feel your sits bones on your blanket or on your mat or your prop. Allowing your shoulders to lift your heart slightly up to the ceiling. Chins are tucked in. What sensations do you feel? Looking at the five senses, what can we hear this morning? Maybe a little soft music in the background, birds chirping, paddleball or pickleball, people out on the court ticking the ball. Even with your eyes closed, what do you see? Do you see colors? Do you see this room, the lightwood floor, sunshine outside, lights and darks? You have a good sense of smell. What do you smell? Maybe gym wipes, disinfectant, lavender lotion you may have applied this morning. Sweet smell of springtime in the air. And now very gently, with your eyes closed still, turn your hands over on your palms down onto your knees, onto your thighs. Drawing your elbows into your side, tuck your chin down and bow your head. Spine is still straight. As though a very gentle blanket has been placed over your shoulders and around your aura, around your energy field. Gently allow yourselves to lean back into the energy of being the receiver and the giver. The giver, hands down, offering a little bit of warmth through your hands. Drawing the energy in with heads bowed. The drishti, the gaze, goes inward. Into your morning, into your beautiful bodies, into all the processes that are going on inside you that we have no control over. Being aware and being grateful, so much is going on. All we need to do is connect with our senses to feel that gratitude. Noticing your breath, allow the breath to come in through the nostrils. Raise your heads up gently, eyes are still closed. Expanding the rib cage, expanding the belly, allowing everything to flow out. And back in. Belly expands out, ribs expand out, shoulder blades maybe lift ever so slightly, the collarbones lift in the breath. And now gently open your eyes. Beautiful. Bring your hands together, rub your palms together. Get some warmth here. Rub your palms, rub, 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 rub. Beautiful. And now gently place your fingertips over your eyes and cheekbones. Allow your head to drop, but the spine is still straight. The chest is still lifted. Feel the soothing and gentle warmth of your fingertips as they make contact. Dropping your hands down away from your face, open your eyes and lift your arms up, full lift. Palms touch, coming down into Anjali Mudra. Thumbs touch heart space. And in this moment of being aware of your senses and of your breath, slowing things down, turning the volume down on the outside world, offer yourselves a gift of your own gratitude. What is something about yourself in self-compassion that you are grateful for? And drop your hands down. Let's begin our practice. You can stay on your blankets or on your props. Switch the cross of your feet and bring your, actually, instead of switching the cross of your feet, bring your feet out in front of you. Are those yoga socks that you feel, you don't, they've got bottom, okay. So you're not gonna slide on your mat. Patsy, welcome back. It's nice to have you back in our Sangha. Sanskrit word Sangha is the word for community, safety and community. So Anne, put your hands down on those knees right here if that feels good. As much as you can straighten up your chest here, my beautiful Dia. Nice. Lovely. And as we lift, lift, lift. Now, as you're holding your knees and your shins, allow a small back bend to come in. Your head and your neck are following your collarbones and your shoulders, not just dropping the head back. And then bring it forward again. Round your backs, pull your bellies in. These are seated cat-cows as we warm up the spine, rounding everything down. Drop that chin to your chest. Really feel some length in the back of your neck. Inhale, bring it up again. Lift the shoulders, lift the chest. Here's the key thing. Even though we're holding on to our knees or our shins, drop your shoulders down. That's the hard part sometimes. Dropping down away, trusting that upper back to lift us, opening the spine, squeezing your shoulder blades together, and then round down as though you're holding a beach ball in your lap. Bring everything forward, draw your hands down towards your feet, walking your body forward in a rounded position. Clasp your fingertips together if you can. So intertwine your fingers, beautiful. Intertwine your fingers, nice. My palms are squeezing my toes together. From here, inhale and straighten your back as much as possible. Straighten, lifting, and how much can you open the chest? Feeling a stretch in the outer part of the hips. Yes, yes, I'm seeing it on your faces. And then dropping back down again, either straight back or curve, whatever your body wants to do this morning. This time, take a deep inhale as you pull your heads forward, flatten your chest, draw your shoulder blades together, stretching arms, stretching the back. Exhale from here. And then let go of your feet, walk your hands back up your legs, pull your knees into your body, hands come underneath your knees, draw your toes up. Lifting, that's another energy change there. When you draw your toes and feet away from the floor, the energy draws up from Apanos, so the vayus, the winds and the vayus, the energetic changes. So with your toes lifted, and your knees lifted and your chest proud. Using your core strength, tighten your lower abs, bring your hands out to the side. Beautiful. Maybe it's a little bit of balance here. horses, we're on our blankets. And now, again, using core strength, straight body, drop your weight back to open. And now roll your shoulders and scoop your elbows in and lift straight up. Inhale, exhale, down and out. Don't hold your breath here. Chins are tucked in. There you go, nice. Beautiful. And lift up again, a little bit of core work to lift. And open arms out. Beautiful, Lisa. I like seeing you on a full screen. It's like you're sitting right next to Anne. Lovely. It's really kind of cool. I need about 10 Zoom monitors here. Lifting up again. Inhale. And now as you exhale, extend one foot out. Beautiful. Oh, and twist. Okay, you can do this. I promise. And bring it back to the center, drop feet down, hands come underneath and lift. I felt it at the top of my hip flexor on that one. Open arms out, toes up, and extend the opposite leg. Lift those bodies up. There we go, beautiful, and twist to open. Nice. Okay, we're getting the core work done early today. And bring it back to the center. Hands come up underneath and lift. Philip's going to be so upset that he missed core work today, Lisa. I'm just going to have to catch up with him on that. Bring your hands back and draw your props away from your body. So we're just flat on our mats. Right here. Step pose, Dandasana, one of the stronger poses in yoga. Feet up. Sorry, I'm giving my feet presentation to you. That's sort of a no-no in training, but given Zoom, we got to do it this way. We're ready to move these out of the way. And what I want to do is lift arms up and drop yourself off to the side. At least it'll be your left side. Beautiful. Place both hands down. Rolling off of that hip. There you go, Patsy, nice. As you roll off of this hip, we're going to open the side body, and I'm going to move your chair in 1 second. Flexing feet. Thank you. Beautiful. Put some energy in those legs. Sweep the leg out to the side. As you do this, gently twist and lift your bodies up. All right, Missy, I'm going to get you propped here. So sweep that leg a little more open, Dia, if you can. Move your chair. That's the girl. Beautiful. And this is arm strength, upper back straight. As we open, nice, Patsy. Beautiful. And turn. And now very gently come straight down onto your forearms in this stretch. Dropping your heads down. And you can use your towel so your hands aren't on the floor if you want to do that. Drop your chin into your chest to get the length. And now inhale, lifting yourself up. Prop yourself on your left hand. Good. Sweep the right hand out, opening the body, toes up, lift, and open. So we're opening the back. Drop that shoulder back. And Dia, go ahead and bend your elbow to do that. That's going to be better on your shoulder. Whatever shoulder needs the love there. Pulling bellies in, lift, and then bring it back up to seated position. There's a little bit of core strength too. Good. And draw it in. So windmill effect. Okay, toes up, stack pose, Dandasana. Inhale. Arms come to the side, open. And now from here, maybe a little gentle knee bend so we don't hyperextend. Good. But sit back. Okay, core work. Oh, she brought it back. Drop your shoulders. Nice, Anne. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. Pulling really tightly right here. Pull the lower abs in to support the lower back. Breathe, Patsy. Patsy's turning blue. Beautiful. And bring it up again. Nice work, everybody. Good. And gently draw your right hand down on the floor. Tip the body to the side. First, feel that gentle, wonderful tip. Just shove your blanket away from there. You go. That a girl. Feel that nice opening right here in the, for you guys, the right part of your body. And then sweep the leg out to the side. Sweep that leg. Right there might be all you need for this opening stretch. You're gonna feel it in the extended leg in the QL SI joint back here, lower back part of the hips and the rib cage. And then turn your body gently to your right side. As you do this, you might feel your first back release, flexing your feet, pointing your toes, feeling that energy all the way down. As you flex your foot and then point your toe, you're extending the energy off the mat, turning, and then very gently, if you can do this in your practice and it's comfortable, deeper into the stretch, drawing that left hand forward and dropping both shoulders down to the mat, pulling those lower abs in. This is such a beautiful lengthening and opening stretch. Drop your heads down. Allow your heads to be heavy. Back of the neck is long. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Draw that left hand out straight in front of you to really reach. Dropping shoulders. And then open that stretch up to the ceiling. Slightly shifting your weight on that right hip to open out. Rolling back, really opening the chest and the shoulder girdle, the inside part of the left shoulder. Flex your feet up, both feet. Turn your foot up, Patsy. There you go. Rotate a little. That's a girl. It's safer for our knees this way. And then walk our bodies back up. Feet come in. And hands come up overhead. Open out into a T. Right here in Dandasana, stack pose, lifting chest. Begin to come back ever so slightly. Engage all the muscles in the transverse muscles as well as the rectus muscles in the stomach. Ooh, lift your shoulders. This is work. Take a breath. And then gently bring it up again. Now, forward fold, very, very gently. Knees slightly bent. If you can reach your toes, great. If you can reach your knees, I'm happy. Reach something, but come forward. Atta girl, and flip that strap over. And come forward, drop your heads down. And then inhale, bring it back up to a seated position. We're gonna come into a cross-legged, and then come into hands and knees. So coming forward onto hands and knees, you can chime in. When you get there, you'll catch up with us. Knees are wide on your mat, toes are together, and drawing your hips back slowly to the back, coming into a child's pose, coming down all the way back into a child's pose. Dropping forehead down on the mat. Walk your hands straight out in front of you. Walk them out. Try to drop your chest down. So, Patsy, I can't come over and touch, so I'm going to just cue you. So we want to drop our chest down. We don't want to round it back. We want to flatten everything out. Beautiful. Nice adjustment. Straight line from the back of your neck to the point of your tailbone. Walk your hands over to the right side. Walk those hands out for the side arc stretch in the closed position. And from here, the cue is to drop your left shoulder down. There you go. And if it feels better to be on forearms, that works too, if that's good support. Allow your head to come to the mat. Walking that left hand out just a little bit more, feeling the deep stretch. I'm feeling it in the back part of my ribs. It's my right hand that's reaching out, would be your left hand. Oh, sorry. You guys stay there, bring it back to the center. And walking it over to the other side. Bring your hands over to the left side, allowing your shoulders to come with, and drop that right shoulder down. Walk that hand a little bit more out in front of you. And then bring everything back to the center. Come up to hands and knees. And from here, draw your bellies up into cat stretch pose. As you inhale, lift your noses up, sway your back ever so slightly, drop the rib cage, and then come back up again, lift, 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 lift. And then draw everything down back into cat pose, drawing up and back, flexing and bending the spine, lift the belly up. And drop it into neutral, and then lift head and lift sits bones up, lift, 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 curl, beautiful. And then bring our head over to the side, to the right side, right hip comes up towards your face. Bring it over to the other side. Beautiful, flat backs here, flat backs, pulling the bellies in, look to the left side, left hip comes up to face. And back to center. And now here's where we get to do your own rendition of a figure eight. Squiggle roll. Allow the hips to come forward if that feels good. Allow your hips to come back. Moving your whole body on your mat, loosening everything up. I have my blanket at the ready, and I'm gonna get your prop. So, and now, bringing your blanket to your mat. We're still going to be on hands and knees. We're going to actually come up a bit. So again, you can place your blanket under your knees. I'm going to draw your chair to a place for support for you. Let's see if we can do that. There you go. Make sure it's on rubber. All right, and coming up to a standing knee pose. It's nice to have knees padded here. So knees are about, not standing quite Lisa, but on your knees. There you go, knee standing pose. She stood all the way up. See, I can see these. All right, good for you to have the support there, good for you for your chair. We'll flip it to the other side. Okay, here we are. Hands come out to the side. Cactus arms. Cactus arms works here. Now, this is an old-fashioned way to do core work with hip stretches. So what we're gonna do is literally as though I'm coming and just pushing your whole body back. Lean back. Listen to your legs. Listen to your hip flexors. Tuck your hips under. Chins are in. Chins are tucked. There you go. Beautiful. And breathe. All right. Right from where you are there, where are you feeling it? You feeling it in abs, quads? In your quads and your knees somewhat, okay? More pressure on the top of your feet if you're feeling it in your knees or it hurts. Come up, please don't do anything painful here. Bring it back up again, beautiful. Hands come out to the side. Nothing moves from the waist down. Literally just reach out to the side. Okay, so you're isolating from the hips. Hips are solid. I'm literally just folding over my rib cage. So I can't touch you, Patsy, but I want you to slide. And then come back up to the center, slide this way. It's not a lean or a tip, it's actually sliding. It's like I've cut you in half, like a magician's box. Come on, slide, Dia. Let that hip jut out to the side. Not tipping so much, keep your carriage straight. Your hips are doing nothing. So I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna plant your hips, and I want you to do this. It's like that's a girl. So even if you need to do this a few times fast just to feel it, when you get to one side, stay there. Drop your shoulder, that shoulder. And you're sliding out. You're like a snake and you're slithering out to the other side. So it's interesting, it's part of a triangle pose. Yeah, it's part of triangle pose. So you reach to the side, back to the center, and over. Nice, Lisa. The idea is we're isolating the upper part of the body and then bring your hands down, let them go. Beautiful, shoulders roll, shoulders roll. Inhale, both arms come up and lift overhead. And dropping your left hand down behind your back, find your heel or the back of your thigh or your hip. I've got my heel. Yep, there we go. Now everybody to get there has probably turned a whole bunch, right? There you go. So open your body out. Trust the process. As you lift your head half camel, the arm comes up. Beautiful. Now you should feel some arch in your back. So kick your hips forward, Patsy. Kick your hips forward. So arch your back. There you go. Oh, now you can get to that heel beautifully. Looking up. And then bring it back up. Switch arms. The other hand comes up as though you're hanging onto a monkey bar. Drop the right hand back to find your heel. When you get there on the turn, then lift your chest to open out. So it's a bare minimum touch. Nice, Anne, beautiful. Nice, Dia. Lisa, gorgeous. Long, lovely lines here. Opening up the back and then bring it down. Bring your hands to your hips. Now you move your hips. Now circle your hips around. Be the independent contractor on those hips like you are a hula dancer. Lift the hip up. Come on, Lisa, give me some shimmy there, girl. That's it. Big circles. Nice. And let's go the other way. Circling the body around. This is really sort of a loops and swirls kind of a class, isn't it? Starting out with car crash pose into circles. Funny how they evolve what we need to do today. And then lift arms up again. Inhale. Exhale, bring everything down off your knees for just a moment. Hands come forward, hands in knee position. Toes come behind you. So one toe back to get started. Our toes feeling a good stretch. They're nice and beautiful. Drop your heads down. Let's get our necks in alignment. And then bring that knee in. Opposite leg comes out. Toes press. Give it a nice heel pressure. Really talk to your feet. Make sure that your body is over your hands. Your hands are not in front of you, your body's over. And Dee, if it's better for you to come down onto your forearms at some point, you can do that, or fist your wrists. If wrists are not happy in a 90-degree here, it's absolutely okay to fist them. And then bring that knee in. And now at your leisure, when you get there, one toe extended back and the other toe extended back. We are in plank pose. Long necks, long bodies, hips are down. Beautiful, Patsy. Nice, Anne. Wah-ha! Really? I need a photo of that to send to Faith. That's beautiful. Nice, Dia. And everybody holding your carriage here. Drop your right knee down. Press your right hand down to the mat and turn to the half pose here. Arm comes up. Here's where we can get whatever expression you would like of side plank. And you might want to come down to your forearm or use your chair. You got it. From here, arm up. And I'm going to see what it feels like to extend my bottom leg and then drop my hips. So Patsy, can you bring both feet out and just a full side plank? Nice. Beautiful balance work there, everybody. Knee down, it's absolutely kosher and fine. Please take a deep breath. If you're so inclined, you can lift that top leg up. Woo, or not. That's okay. Drop that knee down first. Drop that knee down first to come out of the pose. If you're still on that side knee, good. Dia fly with that one. Lift that leg up and now extend the arm over your head. Drop your right knee down, Patsy, unless you're really going to push yourself today. There you go. And drop that arm over your head. Here's our arm. Reach. Flex your foot and point your foot. Oh, yeah. Beautiful work, everybody. From here, and stay where you are. I don't want you to crash. Drop your left leg down behind you. Okay, so now the leg is dropped behind you. Opening the body up, if possible, into wild thing. Allow that arm to open. Yep. Turn your body. Your chest should be looking at the ceiling at this point. That's if you want to drop over. Be very careful. If anything hurts, don't do this. Find your expression. And then close the pose down. Bring it in. Beautiful, everybody. Toes together, knees wide. Child's pose. Oh, we're safe again. We're off the tarmac of the airport. As we fly through our yoga practice this morning, heads down, release your shoulders. Maybe if it feels good to place your arms behind you with palms up, that might be a wonderful shoulder release. And coming back up to hands and knees, let's try the other side. Hands and knees first. One toe back and then the other toe back. Fist your hands if it does not feel good for your wrist to be flexed. Coming in to plank pose. From plank pose, come forward and then come back and lift your hips up. Slight down dog here. Coming back into plank pose. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale. Drop back down into plank pose. One more time, lifting up into down dog to release the lower back. Reset the spine. And come into plank and hold here. A couple of deep breaths. Beautiful and nice. You're right in front of me to see that whole plank. Your neck is looking down. Your back is straight. Plank is literally just that. It's a door. If you need to drop a knee down, that's perfectly fine. Pull those lower abs in. And now drop your left knee down. Beautiful. That's kind of a relief, isn't it? But that one leg is still out behind you. It'll be your right leg, my left leg. Gently turn onto your left hand to open into the side. Hand can go on your waist or your hip if that feels good. If your shoulder, the arm is not happy, you can come into forearm plank here. So first of all, side plank, opening the arm up to the ceiling, hold here. Beginning part of the balance practice, please be sure your arm, your standing arm is right under your shoulder. Beautiful, nice alignment everyone. A shoulder away from the body here is not in a great position for that shoulder joint. All right, you may elect to stay here. Breathing, pulling abs in. Try to tuck the left hip under a little bit more. Rotate and open, nice Dia, tuck, tuck, tuck that left hip. And then lift the leg off the floor. This might be the extent of your balance pose. Breathing gently and deeply here. So we're not huffing and puffing, we're getting the air in. If you'd like to extend this pose, a little more challenging is to bring both feet out to the side, inside plank, that is doable. If you'd like to give that a try, or drop the knee down and leave that leg lifted. Beautiful. Good. Now drop that left leg behind you. Just let the leg fall and open the pose for the final expression to lift the chest up and over. And drawing all things back to the mat. Reset. That for me, my right wrist, your left wrist might need a little shakeout. Yep. From here, knees are wide, toes are wide. Knees and toes are wide. Wide stance. Drop down to your forearms for puppy pose. And in puppy pose, the shoulders and hands and knees and legs are all mimicking each other. So arms are open and wide on your mat, fingers are splayed. Drop your chest down as much as you can. And that might mean wiggling the forearms forward. Tops of the feet are flat on the mat. Hips are back. Beautiful. And from here, back to hands and knees. Making sure that your feet have, your blanket can come out from under your knee. And draw your blanket to the side of your mat. Let's see, and what I'm gonna have you do is just scoot your whole purpose back and use your white rag that's behind you. Just creepy crawling yourself back to the back of your mat. We're gonna slide one knee, it'll be your right knee, off the edge of your mat onto something slicky like a towel or your blanket. Are you with me? And you got it. Nice of you to bring all those props, huh? She's got towel, she's got blanket. Okay, we're gonna open up gently here into a frog pose. When you're ready, be sure you've got the ability to catch yourself. We don't want this leg to just go slamming out to the side, but slowly rolling down, pressing out and in. I'm gonna move your chair so you can come forward with that. Yep. Dia, walk your hands gently forward as you're doing this. What I'm going to do, Anna, is give you this as an opportunity to use your chair to catch you if you need to. Beautiful. And see what you can do to release your shoulders. This is a deep, deep pose. Coming in, I'm going to turn my forearms up to the center, or have palms together, gently clasping my wrists, my hands. I want my head to be able to relax. So either bring your block over or place your head in your hands. As you can tell, deep inner thigh stretch here. If possible, please flex your feet. Please have your feet in flexion here for the frog pose. If it's too much for your, for either inner thigh, have your hands out to the side and be able to catch yourself to disperse the weight from your shoulders, maybe coming forward off of your legs for a second or off of your thighs, and then coming back into it, drawing your hips towards the back of your mat. Deep inner thigh stretch here. Flexing feet, good knee and foot alignment here. Please draw that leg back up into the center of your mat. As you draw your body up, hands in knee position, shake out your leg, one leg, the other leg. Give it a good shake. Switch your blanket to the other side of your mat or your towel. Shift your body over to the left side of your mat and begin the same deep stretch. Flexing your feet as you get into this nice good Dia. I like that to see that. One side. See if you notice a difference one side to the other side. Dropping your tailbone back to the back of your mat as much as possible will increase the intensity of the stretch. Takes just enough time for your body, for those Golgi bodies and the muscle fibers to expand, and they slightly contract, and then they expand a little more, and slightly contract, and then they give a little more. Hence the reason to do this pose very, very slowly, very gently, no muscle tears allowed. Often deep thoughts and feelings and emotions come up when we have a deep pose like this. So what is your mind telling you? What's coming up for you? Coming back to the safety and the Sangha, the community. Breathing gently into these poses, sending your breath to those inner thighs. And then slowly but surely and gently bring it all back up to the center. Nice work. All right. And from hands and knee position, cross one knee over the other. Yep, just cross it behind you. There you go. And then walking your hands up, tighten that cross of your legs. Gently walk your hands over to one side. Maybe your hips come back towards the back a little bit. Hands to the center, come the other way. And then back to the center, switch the cross of your legs. And again, this time just turn your head and your hip. Looking over your right shoulder to your right hip, pull the hip up and lift your bellies. We're not sagging down in the middle part of the belly. Releasing the tension on the inner thighs. And then bring your right or left hip to your left shoulder. Look over that side. Nice. And from here, walk it forward to your bellies. Bring yourselves down to your bellies on your mat. You got enough room, man? Are you good? That's it. Ah, the commando crawl. Once down, shifting your hips side to side. Bend your knee or bend your feet at the knees. Bring your feet up. Very gently allow your feet, both feet to fall to the right side and both feet to fall to the left side. This is releasing the middle part of the back and the hips. You might feel a slight pop in your lower back. It's also a wonderful way to massage the colon. Ascending and descending colon are getting a little love here. And from here, place your forehead down on your forearm, reach your right hand back to your right foot. And I'll get your strap for you. Stay put, stay put. Reach your right hand back to your right foot, dropping your right shoulder down to the mat as much as you can, pulling that leg in. Your other leg, yep, your other leg can just be straight. Girl. And pull this sucker in. All right, I know I'm not supposed to touch you, but nice, Patsy, flex your foot. There you go. When you flex your foot, you will feel the quad doing its thing, pulling it in. See how much you can pull your knee, your right knee, into the midline. Flexing that foot. And now release that foot. I'm going to come over the other side again. And bring your opposite foot up. Opposite foot up. Reach behind to grasp the shin, the ankle, the foot itself. Let's get you those straps. Perfect. There you go. Nice. Beautiful. Relax your shoulder down, pulling that knee as close into midline as possible. Right here, nice. Flexing the foot. When I flex my foot, it really engages the quad. And release that leg down to the mat. Hips rock back and forth. And the final extension pose for our backs is, if possible, and just bring both feet up if you can, or hang on. You'll be fine. We won't be here long. Both feet in to hands. At this point, feel the difference between very wide knees. Go ahead and split your knees. There you go. Split your knees apart. Sometimes that helps to be able to hang on to our feet. Good. And now slowly lift your chest with your chin tucked. Lift your chest into bow pose. Nice. And this is like an extension of locust. Really lifting up. How much can you lift your chest? Right now, the only thing on the mat should be from your pubic bone to your lower ribs, if possible. Take a breath. Can you pull your feet away from you to lift just a little higher? Oh, we are definitely flying today. Last week it was the Grand Canyon on flying chairs. You missed it. Today it's just flying bow pose. This is flying bow pose. And let go of everything, gang. Beautiful word. Arms out in front of you. Draw your feet back in. That is definitely a colon stretch there too. It's actually another form of the wind relieving poses and constipation relieving poses is to do a bow pose reverse like that. All right, nice work, everyone. Beautiful. From here, please roll to your backs. I'm going to turn my mat sideways. Miss Lisa, please roll to your backs. Pull your knees into your body. That should feel just wonderful after an extension pose. Flex and extending the spine in all kinds of angles today. Draw your knees into your body, rocking side to side. Beautiful work today. Hands on top of your knees. Allow your feet to come away from your body. Feel the lower part of your spine right near your sacral area. Arch up just a little bit and then flatten out as you bring your knees into your body. Extend your feet away from your body again. Hands are on top of your knees. Feel that lower back arch up slightly. And then bring your knees back in. Beautiful. Feet come up to the ceiling. Feet up, hands behind your knees. Last core work today is circling your feet. Draw a big circle on the ceiling with the feet are flexed. Feet are flexed. Slowly, about 270, 360, 90, 180, drawing your feet around in a circle. And then stop at the top, the noon part. Go over to 9 o'clock. Around to 6 o'clock. Over to 3 o'clock. Working those lower abs. Control here. The longer your legs are, the better it is for the extension. Extend those feet out. Straighten your legs and breathe with this circle. And 3 more, please. 3 more big circles. Nice, Anne. That's great use of your strap. I like it. I like it. Turning lights off. All right. And then gently, slowly bend your knees and bring your knees into your body. Holding on to just your right leg, your right knee, extend your left leg out to the mat. Good, Apanasana, let that leg really fall down to the mat, beautiful. And now open your hand on that knee and draw the knee out to the side of your mat, or of the floor on the mat. Out to the side. Bring the knee back up into the body, and now bring the knee very gently across the body, keeping both hips flat on the ground. Whatever knee you're holding, so Patsy, it's your left knee. Keep your left hip on the ground. Put your right hand on your right hip. Excuse me. Okay, look at me. You're flat. You're flat on the floor. There you go. And use your right hand on your right hip. Right hip, hold that right hip down and draw your knee across your body. There you go, perfect. And keep that hip on the ground. We're trying to press into the crease of that right hip. Pressing into the crease of the right hip. And then allow your body to roll completely over to that side. So Dia, roll completely over to your left side with your right knee up. And Patsy's doing her right knee over to her left side, which is fine. We've got all sides working. Nice hand, sorry about that. Good job. Inhale and bring that knee back into the body. Bring your other knee up to meet it. Exchange legs. Exchanging legs. Now stretch out the opposite leg. Bring that knee tightly into the body and then open the knee to the side, releasing in that hip socket. Please keep your opposite hip down on the ground. Good. Nice, Patsy. Good. And then draw that knee up to the center with both hips on the ground. Opposite hand draws the knee across the body. There you go. And then your left hand, Patsy, will be holding your hip down. Left hand holds your hip, right hand holds your knee. You got it. Push that hip away from you, extending the energy out, not balling it up. And now slowly release over, completely allow everything to come to the side. Deep spiral twist and practice before Savasana. And then bring everything back to the center and setting up for Savasana from your back. Please place a rolled blanket underneath your thighs. And allow your feet to just flop out to the side, knees relaxed. Hips are melting into the mat. Shoulder blades are flat underneath you. As we come into our final pose, you're resting, allowing this practice to integrate. Feel the gravity. Just pull your body into your mat. Closing your eyes, release between your eyebrows. Release your jaw. Taking full deep breaths here. Perhaps slightly tuck your hips under for a moment and then release into neutral spine. There you go, nice wiggle. Shoulders and neck are released. Checking in with your senses. What do you hear? What do you feel? With eyes closed, what do you see? And now begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, taking a deep breath here. As you start to move, gently bringing in your awareness of the present moment. And rolling slowly and gently with a deep breath to one side. Stay there for a moment as you come up to seated. Wonderful deep practice today. Thank you all so much. Inhale, both arms come up overhead, palms together. Draw your hands down into Anjali Mudra. Take a deep breath here, remembering the gratitude to self, and compassion and understanding. Closing practice with a deep blessing to each of you as my guides and my teachers today. Namaste.